Hello and welcome to episode 237
Season 9, episode 17
of Two Mr. P's in a podcast with me, Mr. P.
and the other Mr. P.
Welcome back, guys. We hope you're well. Hope you're doing all right. Going to kick the episode off by saying this is your 3-week warning from our next run of live shows. We're going to be in Edinburgh on the 14th of Feb. And then we'll be doing pretty much the full week of shows in the February half term. Details for all of the venues. And of course, we're extending the tour now to October 26 and February 27, with hopefully a couple more dates to announce very, very soon. But if you want to get your tickets for the February half term show, because I know January feels like an absolute marathon, having something to look forward to will help. Just head to the website, 2mrpspodcast.com/live. 2mrpspodcast.com/live. Also want to mention that we are hopefully going to start posting our episodes as videos, so full episodes as videos on YouTube. So we posted the first episode last week, and we're hopefully going to keep posting them, because I was listening to a podcast that said quite a lot of people like watching podcasts as well as listening to them. So we thought, why not? If we can put our faces up on YouTube for you to sort of see as we go along. I don't know whether people would prefer it or not. I don't know, but we'll give it a go. So is that why you got your hair cut, didn't you?
No, it wasn't. To be fair, do you know what it was, right? I woke up on Saturday morning and I could just feel like hairs on my top lip, which is rare, but just like my beard had gone like a bit overgrown, and it was just making me feel a bit grim. And also, I will say this as well. So for those that don't know, about a year and a half ago, I got approached to be in a British film, and it's not been completed yet, but I went to Norwich and did my little scene and really enjoyed it. And off the back of that, I ended up signing for an acting agency. So sometimes I get an email from my agent basically saying oh, they want a self-tape from you for this or that or the other. Done a couple of little bits and bobs, not actually nailed anything down yet, but you'll laugh at this. There was I don't know how much I can say, but basically there was an advert for something, but there was multiple roles going. So I think I got put forward for multiple roles in this potential advert. And when they obviously saw my pictures and things like this, the role that I was asked to self-tape for was the burger guy, which basically I had to do a self-tape of holding a burger with two hands and building the anticipation of the first bite. So I was going to get the kids a McDonald's on Friday. To be fair, we don't partake in the Mackies on a Friday. But I thought, well, I may as well, go pure Daniel Day-Lewis. And I thought, go method. And so I got a big arch. And I filmed this audition, but I don't know, you've had a big arch, haven't you? They are...
Yeah, off the back of your recommendation.
Yeah, they are it's a good Mackey's burger. It's a hefty burger, but it's very, very saucy. And the reason why I brought onto this is because I wanted to get the sauce all over me for this audition. And it went all in my tash and my beard and that. Obviously, I wiped it off, but in the morning, I felt like I could just still smell the big arch sauce. So anyway, yeah. So I shouted my barber really early on Saturday morning, just any chance you're in today? And he was like, yeah, I am. So I shot there really, really early and got a fresh cut, which I was happy with. But yeah, fingers crossed that I book that, and then you might be seeing me on an ad. The burger guy.
The burger guy. What is the company? Can you say or not?
No, I can't say. I don't know. I don't think so. I doubt I'll get it. But to be honest, I thought the problem is, right.
Is it a burger chain? Is it a food related advert?
No, it's not. No, it's not food related, really. I mean that bit of it is. But I'll tell you probably next week when when I get the news that I didn't get it. But I thought I did a pretty good job. I'm not going to lie. I thought I did a pretty good job. I've not shown it to that many people because I don't like showing self-tapes at all. Like, I didn't even know what a self-tape was up until a year ago. And it was like, and I've had to do a couple of cringy ones. And one that I shown Kim recently, right? I will tell you this because I didn't get it.
Now, if you think this is cringy, because you are the king of cringe anyway. So if
how exactly
you
am I the
love a
king
bit
of
of cringe. You love a bit of cringe.
How do you love a bit
You
of cringe?
live for the cringe.
I don't live for the cringe. I live
This
for the
must be
cash.
bad. This must be bad. Go on.
No, so
how
it was-
cringy was it if you're saying it's cringe?
Well, it was, to be honest, every self-tape is cringe. Like, I cringe just because I really put effort in, and then watching it back, I'm just like, oh my God, who do you think you are, you absolute pie? And then so basically the advert was an NHS stop smoking ad, and they wanted a bigger guy running for the bus, and then they wanted this guy to be like out of breath and tired, and then for him to pull his phone out of his pocket, and then his the phone to like take over his body, right? So I set up the camera in the kitchen, and it did say on the notes, like, we want you to be actually out of breath. So I had to obviously click record, and then you can hear me doing star jumps, right? Like in the back of the kitchen. And then I run like I've missed the bus, and I'm like out of breath, and I'm like, and then I pull my phone out of my pocket, and then I had to basically do like this weird movement where my whole body's being controlled by my phone. And I'm not joking when I say this, right? I finished it and I sent it to my agent, and she went, oh, really well? Which, she's lovely. You met her, didn't you? She came to a show. She's lovely, but she's not going to tell you like that was absolute garbage. So she was like,
oh, it's really good that, Adam.
Yeah.
Did she text you or was it on the phone?
No, she texted me.
Right,
and then,
yeah. So she's like, oh, really good that. It's like when you say lol and you're not laughing.
Yeah, no, I get it.
LMFAO.
Well, I like to think she is that lovely. She probably did appreciate the fact that I threw myself in. But then I don't even like showing Kim after I've done him, because Isla's actually had a couple of self-tape shouts recently, and she's done really well. And I sat back down, and Kim was like, "Can I have a look?" And I was like, "No, you can't."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Oh, please," right? And I swear to God, to everyone listening to this, I have not seen Kim cry laugh like that in an extremely long time. She was watching this thing of me doing this thing with my body where like the phone took over, and she couldn't catch her breath. And I thought, don't think I'm gonna get it.
No, but Kim might get it.
That was
part of the thing.
It was. I mean, but yeah,
I've been there. I used to do quite a bit of acting growing up, and when did I say about watching some of Mum and Dad's old videos with the kids the other week? Yeah.
You said
so. One of them, did it mention about the Crime Watch one?
Don't think so. I think you mentioned Jesus. Did
the tour, the rugby tour?
The rugby tour you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, where I'm the triplets age, and I look the spit of one of the lads, and and the teacher just giving us beer, and we're just like 15. We're doing like boat races after games and stuff.
Couldn't get away with that now.
No, you couldn't get away with it now. But it was, I couldn't believe actually the fact that I am the same age as I'm in this video. I'm in the same. My voice is ridiculous, but the teachers are just ploughing us with drinks. Ploughing. No, they were. I was going to try and defend the teachers, but as a teacher now, looking back, that is so that CPOMs at the ready. But then we found. So I used to do quite a bit of acting back in the day. I was well into it, and I did quite a lot. And I had an agent and was doing a few bits and bobs. And then I got a role as because there is a video out there where I played the baby daddy in teenage pregnancy awareness. I know we've mentioned that on the podcast before. I keep mentioning it because one day I do want to find, although after watching the ones the other day, maybe I don't. So there was a Crime Watch show years ago. I think it was called Crime Watch on ITV, and I got a role to play the son of a murdered woman, right?
Yeah,
And
I remember it. Yeah, I remember it.
There's a clip. I mean, if I can somehow rip it from this DVD, Mum and Dad's, and post it online, honestly, because the kids were in absolute hysterics. Because I just walk in, and it's some of the most wooden acting. But I mean, it was fine for Crime Watch because I don't think anyone could act in those reconstructions, so I fit right in. But it's some of it. So I walk in this room, and the woman's getting ready, and I'm like, "Hi, Mum, you all right?" And she's like, "Yeah, son, just out bingo." And I'm like, "All right, I think I'm going to go downstairs and revise." Oh, it's some of the worst. But as much as the kids were absolutely tearing me a new one, just ripping me to shreds, I quickly Googled the woman's name. And we're talking, this was, what would it have been, like year 2000? It's like, no, yeah, maybe 20, year 2000, 2001. Anyway, it solved the murder. The reconstruction solved the murder. You know, my claim to fame is that
Please tell me, MBE ICT, that you are taking no credit in that. That your whooping ass acting has solved the crime.
I'm taking a little bit of credit. Someone might have been drawn in by my wonderful acting, stayed tuned, seen some evidence, and gone, I need to report that.
Yeah. So, or it was just that downright horrendous. People were showing the mates like, look how bad this guy is. And then they're like, do you know what though? I think I know who might have killed her.
yeah. So if you would like that Crime Watch video to be released, buy tickets for the live show. And then if I feel like you've all bought your tickets, then I might release it. I might post it.
I'm not sure that's going to help with ticket sales, bro. We're not that desperate.
Anything now.
One thing I will say, so obviously, if you listen to last week's ep, we kicked things off with a blind ranking. And I had quite a few messages of people who really enjoyed the blind ranking.
Right.
So we've got another one. I've got another one prepared.
Don't say it too fast.
Because this one I think is really good. I actually worked with a close friend, a friend of the podcast on this one. I threw some ideas to him and he threw some ideas back. Mr. Notorious Man himself, Cockney John. We came up with this one for you. Now, I am going to preface this. There are 7 here. There are 7 options, okay? Now, one of the options, I'm going to tell you before you rank them because, I just want people... I don't want people basically being like, oh, as if they've not put that in there. So the topic is the worst things to hear at 8:30 a.m. as a member of school staff, as a teacher or support staff. Yeah. The worst things to hear at 8:30 a.m. Now, as we all know, Ofsted, they're not going to call at 8:30 a.m. So I've not put receiving the Ofsted call in as an option. Because we all know that is probably number 1.
Yeah, the day before. Yeah.
But 7. So you got to think about your 7 here. Okay. So first one, 8:30 a.m. Chair of Governors is popping to your classroom this afternoon.
This afternoon?
Yeah.
It gives me time. So I'm going to put that in at 5. If it was
5.
Chair of Governors popping in just after 9... then I'm panicking.
Yeah. Fair. 5, okay.
Okay. If you look at how I'm sat at people listening to this, if you're watching this on YouTube, this actually looks like I'm on Mastermind at the minute with this chair I'm sitting on in this hotel room.
It does. I've started to all finish.
Yeah.
Don't forget, there's non-negotiable well-being training tonight.
Of 3.
I was going to say he's not a fan of that, the lad.
No, not one for well-being.
Right, so five
Not
and
for
three.
pointless ones.
Five and
go on.
three are gone. Next one. Bobbing in. Printers broke.
Is it a printer slash photocopier or just printer?
Yeah, printer slash photocopier.
It's got to be a 2. It's
Two.
up there as well. I don't think there's many. There's one.
So you've got
I
1,
think might be
4.
worse.
You've got 1, 4, 6, and 7. Hooray! Left.
Hey.
Next one. It started to rain. So you sat getting
That
ready
should
for
have
your day, and then someone comes in and goes, "Oh, have you seen outside? It's starting to piss it down."
But is it set in for the day? That
I love how deep you
that's
look
what
at
I
it.
mean.
It's got
It's a quick
chances to
shower.
stop.
Yeah. Get the forecast out. I'll put that. What have I got left? I'll put that at. I'll go 6 for that one.
6.
I'm
Okay.
6 on the proviso that it's not set in for the day.
So you've got 1, 4, 7 left. Okay, so
Right.
literally the worst, the middle, and then the best.
Right. Here we go.
The Wi-Fi's down.
So I think that was going to be my number 1. Because a man who teaches computing needs his Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It might not be number 1 for everyone, but for my particular set of skills, I need it more than anything. I'll
So
tell you
you're
what, I'll
going
go
one?
4. I'll go. No,
You're
I'll
going
go
4?
4. I'll go 4. I'll go 4. I'm thinking
He's
more
talked himself out of it.
I'm representing the profession, so I'm going 4.
Right, here we go.
But actually, no, Wi-Fi should be higher than a photocopier. Because if you've not got
Can't change
Wi-Fi,
now.
you've got
This
no
is this is
photocopy.
blind ranking, man.
Right. Apologies,
Okay,
but
2 left. You've got 1 and 7.
here we go, top and bottom.
Ex's parent phoned. She'd like a sit down with you.
Now, is X that child, or is
Listen.
X's parent that parent?
I've left that to the imagination, but if they want a sit down, really, there's only one way to go.
Yeah, if they're phoning at 8:30 in the morning as well, you know that they're not going to sit right there. That's got to be 1 then, I think.
You going 1? Okay.
Yeah, because if they want to sit
7,
down, then you're gonna have to like chew it over all day, aren't you? It's gonna be in your head all day. Yeah. Right.
Oh, I hate it. I honestly, it's one. I know we've said this before. It's my worst thing. I cannot stand. I can't stand when people don't reply, but I can't stand when someone goes, "Are you free for a chat later?" I can't stand that.
Yeah.
If you need to talk to me, just talk to me now. My head, my overthinking brain cannot handle it. So you're saying here.
Anyway,
Number
Adam,
7.
I need to chat with Adam, I need to chat to you about something after this. Go on.
Not funny. So the thing that you, in your blind ranking, that you don't mind is, I've got a meeting this morning. Can you do assembly for me?
I can wing an assembly. That's no drama. I love an assembly. I'll
you
stick
happy
a
with
few
that, then?
tunes on. I'm happy
So
with
let's
7, I think.
let's have a run through then. So in 7, I've got a meeting. Can you do the assembly? In 6,
Yeah.
it's starting to rain. In 5, Chair of Governors is popping to your class this afternoon. In 4, the Wi-Fi is down. In 3, non-negotiable wellbeing training tonight. In at 2, the printer's broke. And then number 1, X's parent phoned. She'd like to sit down with you. I think you've done pretty well there.
Yeah.
I agree with the Wi-Fi printer swap. You've probably went too gung-ho with putting printer 2. Because really, right, if we're being honest, your printing and stuff should be done before 8:30. So if the printer breaks at 8:30, you should be more prepared.
And to be fair, if you're an experienced pro in the classroom, you photocopy, you know from our fate who's hugging that bad boy, so you're not getting a look in anyway. Yeah,
But yeah, the old SATs practice
I'll take
papers.
that. Yeah, 'tis the season. Right, on to a bit of a thread of the week, which linked quite nicely to one of our usual features. It's been a while since we've shared some massive O's. And this thread was, what's the worst bit of general knowledge you've heard someone get wrong? right?
Yes.
Uh, so it kicked off with this. What's the worst bit of general knowledge you've heard someone get confidently wrong? Me and some colleagues were talking about that popular content creator on Instagram, TikTok, who goes around asking people, usually Gen Z, general knowledge questions like name a country in Africa or what's the biggest planet in our solar system. The answers are always completely wrong and pretty left field. Obviously, he's interviewing loads of people and only stitching together the worst/funniest responses. One of my colleagues flat out refuses to watch him because he genuinely believes no one in the UK can be that dumb. It got me thinking though, what's the worst bit of general knowledge you've heard someone confidently get wrong? For me, I once knew a girl who genuinely believed strawberry milk came from cows that ate strawberries, and she absolutely refused to believe otherwise. Right?
I mean, I wish that was true.
So that is setting the tone, but you've got to imagine if that came out of the mouth of a child. I mean, we'd still laugh if a child said it, but you know, they're a child. These are adults.
Yeah, the
right?
belief of an adult.
Yeah. Team building thing at work. Get a category and a letter of the alphabet and name as many things in the category as you can in 30 seconds. Colleague 1 gets pop stars/bands and the letter I. Right, In Excess, Ice Cube, Ice T, Iron Maiden, and Isaac Newton. Colleague, to be fair, he was dropping stuff. He was dropping hot stuff. Colleague 2 absolutely wetting themselves laughing. Haha, Isaac Newton, Jesus Christ, you're an idiot. He was an American president.
I think, right, I'm going to throw it out there now. I think if you commit to basically correcting someone, but then you say something absolutely ridiculous, it's arguably worse.
Straight red. Red. See you later. Yeah. My very, very smart husband thought the capital of Brazil was Rio Ferdinand.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Love that. I'd be next to going, that's what he does! That's what he does, bro!
Sign. Give him the 5 year.
Yeah.
This one does not paint us primary school teachers in good light. My primary school teacher told us you need a passport to go to Wales.
I mean, listen, I think it's forgivable, that.
No, it's not.
I
found out. Why was it you?
No.
Did you take your passport to go to London?
Do you ever remember there was a point, I think it was your stag, where I didn't have a passport at the time, but there was some new sort of travel card that had come out and I'd got one of those. And then when I rocked up to the airport, they said, oh, we don't accept these anymore. And I remember nearly being in floods of tears, being like, I'm going to miss the first stag. I'm best man. Like, this is a nightmare. And then I think it was Dad who was there as well. And Dad somehow had like a piece of paper that said that it was still to be used until a certain date. And then they let me on. But oh my God, the feeling I had, I was like, oh no. But I did. Sometimes people say that you can fly to Ireland with a driving license. Is that true?
You can fly to Northern Ireland, you can, yeah?
Yeah.
But you need a passport to go to mainland Ireland.
Right. See, it's just not...
Because it's part of the UK.
I know, but I just feel like, you know, Wales love the fact that they're Wales, and that I think they'd love you needing a passport to go there.
Maybe. I went into a Welsh school so I do quite a bit of work in Wales. I mean, like, I was in Swansea on Friday, and if I ever go to South Wales, it's very rare I come across a teacher who, well, no, that's wrong to say, but like I'll go into schools and they're all like speaking English basically, even though they might teach Welsh, they just all speak English. I went to a school the other week in North Wales, and the whole day, the whole staff just spoke Welsh to each other. Like, they speak English to me, but I never heard them speak English to each other, just the
That's
whole day. And it was a bit, it was not, it was, because obviously it's good to see that if you're learning Welsh, every member of staff's, speaking it fluently. But there was part of me going, they could be saying absolutely anything about me here, and I don't have the foggiest clue what they're saying. Because there
they're
was a
probably
bit where
saying
they were
in
like,
Welsh that is that the guy who's on Crime Watch? He was terrible.
I've seen him before. Um, right, I found out I was pregnant when I was 22. After birth, my friend of the same age asked me if it felt weird when the umbilical cord went back in, kind of like an extendable tape measure. I really don't know what my face looked like, but she just looked at me and said quietly, "Oh, does it not do that?"
I mean, I can't really laugh. I've, Kim often talks about that shocking line that I said early days when I said, I can't remember who I was speaking to. It might have been Courtney John when his son was due. And then someone asked him in the staff room, like, "Are you going to cut the umbilical cord?" And he was like, "Yeah, definitely. Like, it's one of the moments where you like, create that bond." And I went, "Oh, just leave a bit extra on, mate, so he's nice and hung like his dad or something like that." And then everyone looked at me, and I thought it was funny. And then they were like, "You don't actually think like that's your penis, and you cut it off." And then I was just like, "Nah, of course not." Of course not.
So what we're finding here is that like you're learning a lot from this thread, aren't
No,
you?
this is really educational.
I had a friend who thought IKEA was a country famous for making furniture.
I love that. Who created meatballs? I can't.
IKEA. Then someone said Mike Graham confidently insisting that you can go grow concrete is pretty high on the list. Please
Oh,
say you've seen that
yes,
that
I've
clip.
seen that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Oh,
Yeah, you can.
what's the guy's name? Is something like Cameron in it? We've got
Is that where he
Cameron
goes?
from.
Yeah, but doesn't he end it with just like, "All right, bye, Cameron. See you later."
Yeah. Uh, my brother, who has a master's in chemistry, believed up until about a couple of months ago that couscous grew on a bush. Couscous grew on a bush.
Couscous bush.
Yeah. Someone in the pub quiz got really insistent that the main language of Argentina is Portuguese because Google AI on his phone said so. This was after the quiz had ended, so confirming answers on your phone was fine. He managed to convince half the pub he was right. He looked it up, and they convinced the question master to accept it as a valid answer, even though it isn't. I started arguing, realised it was pointless, drank up, and walked home in a huff.
So what? So the Google AI got that wrong.
Yeah, so it's Argentinian. It's
Is it not? Is it not Spanish? No.
Spanish, yeah. Argentinian language, yeah. But it'll have like, yeah, language, yeah, Spanish. Sorry, yeah. Don't know what I was thinking.
Hey.
Fair dues, fair dues. All said by the same friend. NASA is a singular man. So someone thought NASA was just one guy.
Definitely, like you got to be looking at NASA Hussein there, aren't you? The cricket legend. I bet they're just like, yeah, it's NASA, isn't it? He commentates on the cricket
London.
and flies to outer space.
Central London is the centre of the UK. Oh, there's no point in me renewing my passport before my wedding this year because I'll need a new birth certificate.
God. I was just thinking then, like, yes, there's other people like me.
Yeah. Worked with a girl, she must have only been 18 and thought Timbuktu was on the moon. Bearing in mind that we both work for a language service provider and the time you'd have expected one's geographical knowledge to be okay. Until I was 21, I thought wolves weren't real animals and instead mythical creatures. My boyfriend at the time drove me all the way to a wildlife park in Southampton just to show me they were real.
That's great commitment from the boyfriend there. You've got to take your hat off to that. Just kind of like getting fed up with the silliness, like, right, get in the car. We're going somewhere.
We're going on a day out. My mother-in-law very confidently said she saw an eclipse where the sun came between the moon and the earth. No. At a quiz in Crewe, and the question was, which document limits the power of the monarchy? And one answer was a P45.
Just me.
One of my friends thought the capital of Sweden was Gotham City. Oh, God. Gotham City.
I do love hearing them though. I mean, like when you're there to witness it, like it's absolute scenes.
Yeah,
like, it's
it's
amazing.
yeah.
Isn't it? You just because the core memories. It's like Inside Out. If you're witness to like an O of huge
Epic
magnitude,
proportions.
yeah, you're just like that. That's one of those golden balls in Inside Out stored.
Yeah, core memory. Watching
Yeah.
a Chelsea Barcelona game in the mid-noughties with an ex, and I was talking about Ronaldinho, Brazilian. So she said, "Oh, so Brazil is in Barcelona." Oh, I can understand why she's an ex. I don't know how to respond. Just sort of glitched for a few seconds because I couldn't comprehend how completely wrong she had got it.
I mean, your response there, and I don't even know how I would respond. I'd probably just be like, "What?" You know, just like, what?
One of my friends once told me only North Wales was part of the UK and South Wales was independent. I mean, geography, I think, is the one where people make a lot. There's one last one here. I asked my mate if he fancied going away for the weekend to Oslo, but he said no because he thought it was a suburb of Amsterdam. Then he changed his mind because he realised it's in Canada. I didn't have the heart to tell him it's actually in Germany.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, I you know, anyone who's listened to this podcast for more than half an hour will know that my geography is absolutely abysmal. Just in total,
Yeah.
like I've got random like flag knowledge, but that's it. But yeah, they were good.
No, yeah.
Right, so I have got some. I've screenshotted a fair few of just comebacks from kids. They're not necessarily some of them are burns, but it's just funny things kids have said, basically. So, first one here. Working in a PRU after breaking up a physical altercation between two students, my TA, who always wore a hat of some description, was pretty warm, so he took his hat off. The year 6 child left in the room with us, looked up in amazement at him and said, "You're bald?" The TA laughed and said, "Thanks, I know." And the year 6 said, "No, but like, you're completely bald," pointing. And then he pointed to his downstairs region and said, "I've got more hair down there than you've got up there."
How old? Year 6?
Year 6.
Oh, God.
And then this member of staff said, "I had to turn around and stop myself visibly laughing." But it certainly eased the tension for the child after the fight he'd been in.
Yeah.
Moving bits and pieces between rooms. I said to a year 10 lad that I could really do with some help. His reply, "I'm not a therapist."
I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I like it.
Doing work in a maths lesson, under the child's answer the teacher had written, "How do you know this?" to get the child to explain their answer and show they're working out. The child just wrote, "Because I'm very good at maths."
I think I've heard a similar one where it's like, "How do you know this?" And someone replied, "Because you taught it me."
Yeah, love it.
That's a nice.
Now, this is one that I've heard a lot, but this is more adult saying it, but this is quick. My class were heckling me once. I said to them, "Stop heckling me. This isn't a pantomime." Quick as a flash, a year 5 girl called out, "Oh, yes, it is."
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I gave her a
knew it was
house
coming.
point. I gave her a house point
Yeah.
for making me laugh. Listen to this one.
They'd be getting more than a house point from me for that. That sort of banter is right up my street. It's rare
Beautiful.
nowadays.
It's beautiful banter.
It's just, yeah. To be that quick, I like it.
I had a year 2 boy that ran out of the classroom. I found him in the music room holding a maraca. He shouted, "Keep back! I have a weapon of sound."
Weapon of sound. They call me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of the rumba beat.
I have a weapon of sound. I once saw a student just standing chatting in the corridor during lesson time. So I asked him, "Where are you supposed to be?" Without even taking a breath, his reply was, "On the spectrum." Again, great F at that.
Yeah.
I spoke quite sternly to a teenager, and he turned around and said, "Settle, petal." This one. I'd say this is my pick. This is my pick. I told a year 6 student. No, not year 6. Let me retract. I told a 6-year-old student to close his zipper because otherwise his birdie might fly out. He replied, "That's not going to happen, miss. The birdie's sitting on its eggs." That is absolutely brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is brilliant. I work in a primary school. Year 4 goes swimming every Wednesday. I was going up the stairs and saw a year 4 boy returning to class. I asked him, "How was swimming?" Quick as a flash, he replied, "Wet."
Okay, yeah, nice one. Yeah, can imagine that, yeah.
This said more of a backhanded compliment. I'm not sure this is a compliment. I used to wear large dangly earrings. A child said to me, "I like your earrings, miss." I said, "Thank you." He said, "They remind me of Pat Butcher's." Oh, and then this one to finish. This one to finish. So teacher name, Mrs. Gunn, right? So that's key to the story. The teacher name was Mrs. Gunn. And a student asked if I'd been sacked and then followed up with, "I heard you'd been fired." Right? On another occasion, he said, "Are you rich?" Followed with, "I heard you were loaded."
Pun central. I love puns like that.
Some good ones there, though.
Just thinking of if I had a teacher called Miss Gunn, that's all I'd think of doing in the lesson is putting some sort of pun around that.
Yeah, you just would, wouldn't you? Just like, or she should make it. You know,
I just unload constantly.
Can I ask a question? Shoot.
I'd set my target.
Oh,
Bang.
God.
Right. I will share a few stories from the website. So these are ones that have been all submitted anonymously. And that's it. If you go to 2mrpspodcast.com, we don't know who sent the stories in. We just read the ones that we think give us a bit of a giggle. A few years ago, I worked in a church school with a deeply religious head teacher. One parent was strongly atheist and insisted his children were removed from all religious activities. including, but not limited to, the weekly assembly from the local minister, hymns and carols being sung, rehearsals and performances which took place in the church opposite the school. The school did their best to accommodate these demands, but a couple of times a term, something would slip through. Something the minister had said would be repeated in class, for example, and the parent would send late night, seemingly drunk, angry emails to the head teacher, accusing her and the school of indoctrinating his children. Why a fiercely atheist parent would choose to send their child to a sea of these schools still remains a mystery. Who has got the time for that?
It's just
honestly?
everyone will be listening to that, and they'll get that shudder down the spine of just a memory of a parent similar. Do you know what I mean? Just like a parent who just is just a bit of a dick. Like, let's just be honest about it.
There's too much time on the run.
Absolute busy. Just busy. Just shut up. If at the end of the day, if you can't stop the children from talking about what they're learning, whether your child's part of the lesson or not. If the kids come back and go, "Oh no way, the minister's going to, Africa to do some, work with UNICEF," the kid goes home going like, "You won't believe it, like this is what I got told," and then they're having a bottle of. You'd be thinking White Lightning, wouldn't you? That's got to be the drink that comes to your mind there. And then suddenly getting, you know what? I'm not happy. You shouldn't have to listen to that. Joke shot.
Yeah. As science lead, I decided it would be a great idea to do the annual Big School Bird Watch. To start off the week, I did a whole school assembly about the event and demonstrated how to make a nut bird feeder. During the assembly, I had a slideshow with a selection of Common Garden UK birds. One child asked, "What bird is that, miss?" as they looked at the slides. I replied, "That's a great tit." Hopefully, we'll get some great tits on our nuts.
As soon as you said nuts, I was like, something's going to happen here. There's something in the water here.
The whole staff put their heads down and all I could see were teachers trying not to laugh. I could not believe what I just said, but had to carry on with my nut bird feeder demo, going very red.
Oh,
that,
God.
Children, is a great tit. And can you imagine if you weren't in that assembly and you just heard it from the outside? That is a great tit. And hopefully we'll get some great tits on our nuts.
I mean, surely the process of your mind, you think, right, I'm about to say tits again, and I'm going to say nuts as well. You've got to be able to just be like, right, no, stop. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely great stuff.
Anyway, finishes with, "I've never done another great bird watch assembly again." Not surprised.
Oh, shame. Shame.
Great times. Breaking up for summer term last year, I was stood on the yard saying goodbye to pupils and parents. One parent asked, "Have you got a sec?" To which I replied, "It's summer. I've got lots of sex now." Wanted the ground to swallow me up. I get what was going on in her head.
Again, yeah.
Delivery-wise. Just not the one. Oh, yeah, I got loads of sex now.
Oh, brilliant.
Being keen to make a good impression when I started at a new school, I decided to helpfully unload the dishwasher one lunchtime. The staff room was full, and although I was busy with the job in hand, I was also trying to listen in and join in with the conversations happening with staff who were eating their lunch. It therefore wasn't until I got to the last couple of mugs that I realised the load I'd emptied and put away was in fact still dirty. It hadn't been cleaned yet, and I had to then discreetly try and locate all the dirty things I'd carefully stacked in cupboards and reload it. I felt like such an idiot. Utter cringe moment, but think I got away with it.
I tell you what, that sounds like Mrs. Gunn if ever I've heard it. I had to reload. Do you
Uh,
know what though? You know that stuff like that is well annoying. It's like classic like husband, innit? You'll know this.
yeah.
Like you try and be helpful, but you do it wrong, and then you do it to kind of score points and to get like a little bit of cred, but then you just make things worse, which then makes me think, well, maybe I'll just sit this one out. Do you know what I mean?
um, right. Miss, how do you spell sex? Girl in year 5. What? Me, early 20s, NQT. How do you spell sex? Pardon? How do you how do you spell sex? What do you mean? What's your sentence? You know, like bugs and bees and flies and stuff. Oh, inset. Bullet dodged.
I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, listen, bullet dodged, but if the kid was looking for like, they weren't sure what sex the person was. The kid's probably like, "How are you a teacher? I've literally said it to you like 10 times."
I was reading with a group of year 3s today. A girl was stuck on the word nobody. She read the no, but for some reason just couldn't get the body. A helpful boy across from her said it's this and ran his hands over his chest. Her face lit up and she said, tits.
Bang bang.
Tits. The rest of the group were in shock and I nearly weed.
Love that. I mean, I'm not. I mean, the boy's done an honest job there, honey. But it's just like, do you know? I actually thought that story was going, sounding it out, and she was going to go knob, like knob.
No.
That's where I was thinking.
It's
They
this.
didn't even.
Tits. No. Knockers. No.
Yeah,
Big Jam Donuts. No.
yeah. Bristol Cities. No. Oh, that's good. That.
Right. Thinking about your post about comments in the classroom, I have one that I daren't post as I'm not sure how it'll be taken and I can't post anonymously. We had a new teacher in school and I was his TA. Within the first week during a maths lesson, we'd been counting multiples when a child put his hand up and said, "Sir, my cousin said that after a 69 comes mouthwash." The teacher looked at me wide-eyed, but I knew I couldn't make too much of an issue while the lesson was continuing. I just looked back at him, straight face, and said, "Welcome to our school."
You have to feel for the teacher there. There's just,
Oh, God.
you'd have to just be kind of like, no, thank you. That's all I do.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're carrying on with this now. Just quick diversion. Oh, look, a great sit outside.
We were doing singing practice as a year group, year 4. Imagine doing this in front of your class. We were doing singing practice as a year group, year 4. I went to whisper something to my partner teacher, and she turned around to look at me just as I leant into her ear. We ended up locking lips in front of the entire year group.
Oh.
And that's from Miss Gunn and Miss Bullet. No, they completely lost it and we completely lost it. It took about 20 minutes to compose ourselves. And by then it was
my
home
God.
time.
That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Just sashing on in the middle of an assembly.
I just imagine doing like, well, obviously not doing it, but you can imagine. I'm just going to tell her this and then.
Are you going round the bases, bro?
No. Right.
No. You sounded.
No.
That was Crime Watch coming out of you there. No.
Yeah. Oh God, my FS2 EYFS classroom is right next to the toilet, so I hear everything. Pass it over. Shoot, I hear coming from the loos. I go in to find a pebble poo being tossed from cubicle to cubicle between two boys. After
Oh,
nearly throwing up and some stern words from the door, I asked, "Whose poo is this?" Both boys denied it, blaming the other for about 5 minutes. It must be one of them, I thought. Do you think it just fell out before you got to the toilet? I quizzed them. No, miss. The truth is, it was just, we just found it here before we got here. FFS. Only in EYFS.
boys as well. Just boys and minging, aren't they? Like,
Yeah.
find a game out of anything. Suddenly playing poo paddle in the toilets. Coming off the
Mine.
glass.
A Vibora. Packing up for home time in year 3 class today, and one lad brought in the stuff for him and his friend. I asked him where his friend was and checked with the TA, who said he'd probably gone to the toilet. Fast forward 10 minutes and the TA comes and says, you know how we couldn't find that child? A year 4 child had just found him stuck in the sandwich box cupboard. He'd climbed in, shut the door and to scare someone and got stuck inside in the process.
Joke's on you, bro.
Honestly, just like getting locked in thinking this is going to be hilarious. I'm going to scare someone, just not being able to.
Yeah.
Like Joey in Friends when he locks himself in the cupboard.
Imagine just like taking like God, it's been a while.
I've been rereading your second book, It's Your Own Time You're Wasting, and I've just read the section where you talk about the phantom farter. This reminds me of an incident that happened to a teacher friend of mine a few years into the start of her career. I always think when someone says that, oh, it didn't happen to me, it happened to a teacher friend. It definitely happened to them. She'd been teaching a class of year 1s and suddenly realised that she needed to pass wind quite badly. As she couldn't leave the classroom, she decided to try and release her wind as quietly as she possibly could. However, instead of it coming out quietly like a small puff, it came out as a squeak. The child who was standing next to her turned to her with wide eyes and said, "Miss, I think there's a mouse in the classroom." My friend was so embarrassed that she replied, "You might just be right," and proceeded to help 30 children look for an imaginary mouse.
Another kid putting their hand up. Miss, I think the mouse might stink of shit as well.
Honestly, just take the L. Just take the L. Sorry, kids. Happens to the best of us.
Do the old
Instead,
school and go, oh no, it's just my new shoes.
yeah, their phonics must be down the pan because they're spending all the time looking for a bloody mouse.
Yeah.
Like that, just ruin the whole kid's. Like, oh, why were your phonics results the worst you've ever had in the school history? Well, funny story. I accidentally let out a fart, and for the rest of the year, we just looked for imaginary mouse. All right, yeah, sound. Kids can't spell mouse. They can't hold a pencil with the right grip. But we were really close to finding that mouse.
Oh God, that's
Honestly. Right. This starts with I was lucky enough to basically work in a large reception class, which meant I got to work alongside my very own besties, the teacher and 3 other TAs. What? Full stop. A full stop team. Our school had to ban lip balm at one point. We found too many pupils were actually sharing lip balms. That's bad enough, but that's not the story. Anywho, we were busy in class, all pupils milling about foundation stage, so there's not much sitting around, of course, until I noticed one pupil in the corner trying to hide what she was doing. Kids make it so obvious when they're trying to hide something. Looked to me like she was applying lip balm. I rolled my eyes and kind of nodded to the other assistants with that look of, look, she's trying to hide it, standing there in the corner, looking like she was honest to God. Applying lip balm, carefully sweeping it across her mouth. The class teacher also noticed it and approached her, knowing that she would have to take away the lip balm and hand it over to the parent at home time. What the class teacher brought back to show the assistants was not, I repeat, not lip balm. The pupil was pretending to apply lip balm using a handy, pocket-sized bullet vibrator. The dry retching was instant. I was absolutely in tears of laughter knowing our poor, lovely classroom teacher was going to have to hand it back to that parent come home time. The time came, and whereas I usually have no problem in speaking to a parent, there was no way I was about to take that one for the team. The assistants all watched on in horror/cringe/delight as the parent realised what it was her child's teacher had to confiscate that day. She apologised profusely and was mortified, poor woman. Still one of my favourite cringe stories of working in a school. I'm so looking forward to beginning my teaching degree this year. Well, best of luck. Hope it all goes well.
What kind of vibrator was it?
A pocket bullet-sized. Pocket-sized bullet.
You know who could have dealt with that? Good old Mrs. Gunn. I know a bullet when I see one.
Oh, God.
You can't beat
Just
the
imagine
old
the kids.
Mr. callbacks.
You can't.
It's bad in it though. Putting it on the lips as well is just a bit like.
Oh, just applying it on the lips. Just think of the cold sores. Or what if the child just like applied it on the lip and then just went, "Oh, I've got a hair hit," and then.
Oh no!
Anyway,
no.
Gonna finish the episode with that visual in your minds there, guys. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. We hope you've enjoyed it. As always, head over to the website where you can get your tickets for live shows. You can share your stories if you come into one of the live shows, because we do share some throughout the second half. And remember, everything's anonymous, so it'll never come back to you. And yeah, you can follow us on the socials, get involved with the group chat on Facebook, and yeah, we will see you next week.
Take care.